Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and distinguished members of the House Small Business Committee for the opportunity to share my story. I'm a proud registered respiratory therapist of 13 years. My wife and I started our company in Waynesville, North Carolina years ago with one goal in mind: to better serve the needs of home medical equipment patients in western counties of North Carolina. Many patients and doctors in our area were experiencing serious difficulties in locating even adequate home care for oxygen and sleep disorder needs. So we began our company with the motto, treating patients like family, a motto that which remains on our home care truck today. By very hard work and frugal management, we have built a business in a small town area that serves over 400 home oxygen patients and 500 CPAP patients, with the highest quality home care at a very reasonable cost to both insurers and to patients. The original intent of competitive bidding was to control the increasing costs of Medicare and was mandated by Congress. As providers, we heard the call and supported the efforts as concerned citizens who wish to make government-insured care more economical. However, the results of the initial phase of the program have clearly shown that this program cannot ensure access to care or quality care, nor will it lower costs. Implementation of Round 1 will create access issues and make quality care more difficult to provide. Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services is excluding almost 2 of every 3 qualified and accredited bidders with no specific information as to why, and confirming their reliance on less than 10% of current suppliers to provide service to the entire 10 MSA areas in the first round. We are certain that such a limited list of suppliers will not allow providers to properly service the needs of patient markets. By mandating that even non-accredited, non-contracted suppliers be reimbursed at contract pricing beginning January 2009, all who serve this market and understand that lower pricing will lead to lower quality equipment. I understand from a small business perspective the desire to submit a bid in the competitive bidding program in order to try to protect some level of margin to make the business they own sustain itself profitable. However, thousands of small businesses will quickly fail because they simply cannot afford to stay in business, since the bidding program's median bid pulled them below what they can afford to stay in business. Furthermore, there is no requirement for subcontractors to be accredited. Those few providers who receive contracts will not be able to fully serve their markets without subcontracting. With 2 entities seeking margin through bid prices, quality equipment will be quickly replaced by lower quality product, and we will soon find ourselves in a market no longer known as durable. Disruption in both quality and availability will most assuredly follow, because price is most important in the economic equation. The large majority of beneficiaries of home care have chosen their own providers from those available locally with the assistance of their physician. Now, with the new path, will force many, possibly most, to switch to new providers. Estimates are that literally hundreds of thousands of patients may face service disruption as a small number of new CMS-mandated providers scramble to find a way to serve these new home care patients. Is this the very best method to assure our elderly that we have their best interest at heart? These citizens are generally well being served now, and the ultimate question rests with whether they will continue to be well served by a lower price-dictated marketplace. We also know that some suppliers who won contracts did so for products they have never provided. How can this process be seen as either fair or ethical under these factors? My company currently serves an elderly patient with severe chronic lung disease and chronic hypercapnia. She just happens to be the very first oxygen patient that Mountaineer Oxygen Services set up on home oxygen in October of 2003. She lives alone and has no family and is stricken with arthritic hands. At least once a week, in panic, she calls our on-call service between 9 and 10 p.m. on her way to bed because she cannot attach her water bottle to her oxygen machine correctly. For the past 4 years, our on-call person has received a weekly call from this patient and drives out to assist her. Several times, however, she has panicked, causing her to be unable to dial our number, and she calls 911. This patient will suffer emotional stress if we lose the bid in round 2, not to mention the problems she will encounter if the round 2 contract winners are over 100 to 200 miles away. She relies on us to care for her needs. As a home care professional, I believe fundamentally that the system as it is currently designed is fatally flawed and will result in large-scale discord in the market structure for both providers and, much more importantly, patients, who are indeed a part of our community and families and should be treated as such. Any system which disqualifies almost 2 of every 3 qualified providers should be questioned as its validity and serviceability. We strongly implore you to reconsider competitive bidding. It is flawed, and we ask that you stop it in its tracks and delay it before large-scale damage is done to our elderly citizens. There are much better ways to derive excellent home care at lower cost, and those of us who have spent our lives in the market stand ready to help you establish them. We sincerely hope you will listen to our pleas and serve as our champions. You, as our representatives, can change this course and keep it from ruining our businesses and negatively impacting elderly Medicare beneficiaries. Thank you for your time.